Oh, there we go. There we go. It's going. It's working.
I think you push with the other hand. I think the intention is you're holding with the left and pushing with the right.
All right, well, let's see it. Let's see it, Billy Badass.
Well, I mean, how am I supposed to load it now? It's already loaded.
No, because it's only got 10 in there and it holds 21.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, see?
Okay.
People would think that would be a setup. Look at this guy. See, that's why, this guy runs the place. I could check this out.
One more?
Yeah, because it's 20, but it'll really do 21 because you can do... Look at that.
Nice.
21 rounds of 5.7.
Nice. Without...
Once again, I, James Reeves, am faced with the KelTec conundrum. It's nearly impossible for me to make a fair review of these guns. It's a little bit like Glock. I just have a personal bias in favor of the brand. I've met and I've interviewed George Kellgren, brilliant dude. He's passionate about the gun industry. He and Carl Brugger stand out to me as men in the industry who are courageous enough to do something new and different just because they want to, and they see it through. Also, the original KelTec factory was set up in Florida, my country of origin. However, unlike Glock or B&T, it's often difficult to make an unreserved recommendation for KelTecs because the manufacturing can be hit or miss. I would argue that it's a byproduct of Mr. Kellgren's philosophy to provide unique but affordable firearms to the gun community. After all, you could probably buy 2 or 3 of the most expensive KelTecs for the same price as one of the least expensive B&Ts. I'm trying to say I got a soft spot in my heart for this company, and I'm probably going to tell you to buy this pistol today, even though, as you'll see in this review, while the design's great, the execution less than great. Let's begin. Today we're talking about the KelTec PR-5.7, on paper, a viable, if not high-level choice for concealed carry or to use as a defensive pistol. It uses the FN-5.7 round. That means you're going to get low recoil but high capacity in a pistol chambered for a round designed to supersede the 9mm in every way. I've done plenty of videos on TFB TV about the 5.7 round. There are some certainties and uncertainties about this round. What is for sure is that some of them are armor defeating. I've even successfully managed to defeat level 3 body armor just barely with SS-190 black tip ammo. But soft armor, even the subsonic rounds will chew through layers and layers of it.
Hate to ruin the surprise for you. This is not going to go very well for our test dummy. Let's check it out. Here we go. Looks like we're not having such a good time. Yeah, there we go. All on about the size of a quarter. Hard to see from the front. In fact, almost invisible from the front.
Good center shot.
Yeah. It's a good shooting gun. This armor is not intended to protect the weapon from rifle fire, sharp edge, or pointed instruments. Well, I would say that was a pointed instrument.
We've also gel tested several different types of sporting and law enforcement ammo, and I've seen pretty impressive results through bare gel. Interestingly, the temporary wound cavity caused by this extremely fast bullet is insane. That said, it's an inconsistent performer. There are plenty of stories about the 5.7 being terminally effective, but perhaps just as many stories and reports from ballisticians that say that the round's inferior to 9mm. No question, the round can be effective. No question, you can get much more capacity in the same height magazine with 5.7, and no question the 5.7 recoils like a hot 22. And more manufacturers, including even Palmetto State Armory, are making 5.7 ammo, meaning that prices are coming down for it, which is a traditional complaint about 5.7. As with any KelTec pistol, the PR-5.7 was met with skepticism by many consumers when it was announced at SHOT Show 2025. The main issue? It doesn't have a magazine.
What happened?
No, I just paused. And then I tried to hit the magazine release.
What a goon.
All right, ready?
Yep.
That's right, doesn't have a magazine. You load it through the top of the slide with stripper clips. The downsides of this are obvious. After all, we are all John Wick, and we need to be able to execute lightning-fast magazine changes during our tactical operations. First, my buddy John Correa of Active Self-Protection says that he's watched whatever it is, 10,000 self-defense shooting videos or some absurd number. He can't think of any time where a civilian has had to reload. I would imagine that would be doubly true if all the guns used in those videos had a 21-round capacity. In other words, statistically, your chances of needing to reload in a defensive gun use are next to nothing, according to John, and then I would say those already slim chances are further cut in at least half when you're carrying a gun that has double the capacity. Second, relative to other guns that you might carry, a reload with the PR-5.7 isn't all that slow.
See, we're getting better. We're getting better. That was good.
I can get 20 rounds in this gun faster than I can get 6 into a revolver, and arguably I can probably top this gun up faster than changing a 1911 magazine 2 or 3 times. The PR-5.7 wasn't just a fuck it, let's make a gun that doesn't take magazines proposition. It's smaller, thinner, and lighter than any other 5.7 pistol as a result. A Glock 43, one of the smallest, lightest 9mm pistols on the market with a 6+1 capacity, weighs 18 ounces with an empty magazine. The PR-5.7, it's a quarter-pound lighter, less than 14 ounces, while holding 3 times as much ammunition. At its widest point, it's 0.94 inches thick. A Glock 43 is an inch thick at its widest point. It's 5 inches tall, making it shorter than the P365 X-Macro. In other words, because it doesn't accept a magazine, it's lighter, it's smaller, and it's thinner than anything else that's comparable, and by a huge margin. KelTec says the rotating barrel system it uses also reduces the weight, and rotating barrel systems typically reduce recoil along with the dual recoil spring system that the PR-5.7 uses. This gun has basically no recoil. It's also optics ready, allowing you to mount Shield RMSc micro red dot pattern optics. All this shit, and it costs $399 MSRP. That's insane. This gun to me symbolizes everything that I know and love about KelTec. Ingenious design, practical, useful, affordable. A gun that's truly outside the box while being inside of your credit card spending limit. But it's also very KelTec because, and this is where the rubber always meets the road with KelTec guns, inconsistency. I somehow own 4 KelTec P380s, and I somehow have never had a malfunction with any of them. But if you search online, you're going to hear plenty of horror stories about people who weren't so lucky. KelTec's shotgun, the KSG, failed my 500-round shotgun burn down after the tube selector broke and rendered the gun inoperable.
Oh, yeah. That shouldn't be like that. So you can see right there, Ryan, show us that little detent that popped out. So it's preventing Ryan from sliding the tube selector over. In the process of trying to put the detent for the mag tube selector switch back in place, the detent itself just popped out, and then you can maybe see there's a little spring in there where it used to be.
Right now, so.
Ryan's trying to fix it.
The KelTec P11, great concept. I would say the first micro-compact pistol a decade before the SIG P365, but it just had an awful trigger. When you try to get everything to fit within a budget and you try to do something new and innovative within that budget, it's difficult to execute it perfectly, and that was our experience on the range with this gun. Less than perfect. For the price, the ergos are fine. It's a simple gun. No one had any major complaints about the manual of arms or using it.
All right, what do we think? I know, right? I know. You're like, try what the hell?
Yeah.
What do you think?
So, no recoil.
No recoil.
No recoil.
Non-existent.
Sights are pretty basic. Accurate enough.
How's the trigger?
Trigger's okay. Let's see. So you definitely have a good long travel of the trigger, but it is smooth. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're just used to KelTec's having those legendarily good triggers.
Right.
That, you know, it would be really out of place for this one to have a bad trigger.
Right.
Now, I mean, look, it's KelTec. It's going to be inexpensive. It's going to be innovative. I mean, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
Real quick, 1 out of 10. What do you give it?
I give it about a 6.5.
That's pretty solid.
Six
That's
and a
pretty
half.
solid.
Yeah.
6.5. The trigger, not bad. It's just really long. It is really long. It's actually not a bad trigger at all. There's 20 rounds. Had a couple of flyers, just 2 flyers, but I mean, there's 20 rounds, and we are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I mean, like about what, 25 feet? Yeah, about 25 feet, give or take. And we just put 20 rounds into like a fist-sized group. That's really impressive. Notwithstanding the fact that it's got a long trigger. Notwithstanding the fact that I don't really like how the sights are configured. You see the white, I mean, this is subjective. You can see how these, the white here kind of blends in. They're not dots. The white goes all the way up to the top of the blade, the sight blade. For me, I found it kind of difficult to use that against a white background. But I mean, you know, the accuracy is actually pretty good, especially for a gun that's got a suboptimal trigger. But, you know, not bad.
As I mentioned, recoil does not exist. Accuracy was acceptable, and this is a fun as hell gun to shoot. However, although we shot several hundred rounds through this gun, we had repeated failures.
Damn it, KelTec, why do you got to let me down like this?
I'll say that American Eagle ammo is a good range ammo, but has a terrible reputation for reliability.
Now we go to the cheap stuff, the American Eagle. So Ryan's going to shoot this first, and we'll see if the new PR-5.7 can handle Walmart grade 5.7 ammo.
Oh.
So we did have a malfunction with the Federal. There we go. And you might have a double feed too.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let me get that on camera. Might have a double feed too. Okay. I think the way to, yeah, I think you got it.
I think this is going to have to come out.
It's going to have to come out.
Or
stuff it back in there. Put it back on the top.
She said.
Nice. Put it back in.
Oh, I don't know. Dead trigger.
Shut up.
So
Oh, it's out of battery.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
you got it didn't extract.
Yeah, so rack it.
Oh God. Was that empty? All right.
Yep.
Stovepipe. God, you weren't lying.
Yep.
Stovepipe.
Are we done yet? God dang it.
Okay. Well, that sucked.
The KelTec had the same issues I've had with just about any other gun shooting this ammo. It did not work reliably.
We just saw shooting with the American Eagle that shitload of, I mean, every round, every other round, some sort of malfunction. To its credit, even though you can't remove the magazine for handling malfunctions, it's pretty easy to kind of work up here, kind of like operation, right? Bzz, bzz. You get it.
But even when we switched to several other brands of high-end ammunition, we still had primarily ejection issues with the gun.
We're going to go straight into the hollow point spear gold dot tactical personal protection 40 grain hollow points, and we'll see how it runs with this. It might just be that it doesn't like shitty Federal 5.7 ammo, which, you know, fair enough. That was just me coming off the... Oh, okay. So we did have a malfunction. Look, we've got a failure to eject. But again, we got a lot of space to work with up here. Looks like we're going to need it. Pretty disappointed that we haven't been able to get through the past two magazines without multiple malfunctions. But you know what? Let's just oil this bitch up. I hate doing it, but I think we're going to have to, and let's see if that fixes anything.
After experiencing several failures and genuinely wanting this gun to function, we broke it down, oiled it up a little bit, and we still had some issues.
We've got another mag of Gold Dot Hollow Point. We've just lubed the gun. Now, to be fair, we were just shooting it dry right out of the box to start with. So we've just lubricated it. Doesn't work now, no excuses. All right, here we go. Nope. Shit.
After we shot another box or two through it, messed with it a little bit more, the failures became less frequent, and then they just totally went away.
American Eagle, who knows? Well, I'll be damned. So that American Eagle that we couldn't go one round without functioning just ran perfectly.
Although at that point we were almost out of ammo. Our last box of 50 rounds had no failures. Unfortunately, I haven't been back to the range since, so I don't know if the next time we boot this thing up, it's going to work flawlessly because we just broke it in, or if the next box we try to push through, it's going to see the same failures.
It's running now. So even with federal problem ammo, now to be fair, we had some mistakes. We had some mishaps in the beginning of this video, but now that it's been lubed, now that we've broken it in a little bit, it's running everything. So that's a positive sign.
So do I recommend that you buy this gun and carry it? Two different questions. If you're interested in 5.7, this is a fun and well-executed gun that's dirt cheap for a 5.7 pistol. I think if this gun interests you, yeah, go ahead, buy it. Sure, why not? Where I'd hesitate is the carry part. And that's really unfortunate because this is a pistol with a lot of potential. It's slim, it's small, it's lightweight. We already talked about the boogeyman that is reloading the gun. That is, you probably won't need to do it, so don't worry about it. Plus, the stripper clips stow a lot easier in your pocket than full magazines anyways. But that said, with firearm technology being where it's at today, I'm kind of over the break-in period. For defensive handguns, we have plenty of concealed carry pistol options that are reliable right out of the box and right through your 100th case of ammunition. It's really hard for me to recommend purchasing this gun for personal defense because of the number of failures we experienced in our range session, although they did manage to work themselves out towards the end of the session. That said, my experience with KelTec pistols is that it's entirely plausible. You could buy one and it could be 100% reliable for you as long as you live. I don't know if anyone is making or ever will make holsters for this gun, which kind of limits your options anyways for carry, but if they did, I would figure out what my defensive ammunition situation is going to be, run as many boxes that I could afford through the gun to make sure it's reliable before I carried it. Don't mistake that for a recommendation. I'm just telling you what I would do if a $399 MSRP handgun that weighs just 14 ounces while holding 21 rounds of armor-defeating ammunition and being less than 1 inch thick was too tempting for me to pass on as a defensive firearm. I would say buyer beware, but at the same time, I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed with this gun if you're using it just to shoot at the range for how cheap it is. So yeah, I like the gun. Maybe it's my personal bias talking, but if it is, that's fine. This is another brilliant concept from the engineers at KelTec, and after all, if you guys don't buy this gun, however will they be able to afford the massive amount of psychoactive hallucinogens they need in order to vision quest their way into the next ingenious KelTec design? Did you like this video? As you probably guessed, KelTec certainly didn't pay me to make it. You guys did. I need your help. Subscribestar.com/TFBTV. That pays me, that pays Ryan, that pays Kelsey. While we have had 2 firearm sponsors in the history of TFB TV, that is Glock and Mossberg, I don't see that money, nor do I know how much they pay. I do not accept money in exchange for favorable reviews of guns, and while I am compensated by the Firearm Blog for making these videos, it's really those of you on subscribestar.com/TFBTV that make this possible. And that's why we give you over $2,000 worth of awesome gear and gift certificates from our sponsors like Top Gun Supply, your online shooting sports superstore, every single month. Thanks as usual also to our sponsor Ventura Munitions, but thank you most of all for watching and take care.